the Vice Chancellor, distinguished scholars here, specially invited guests, my colleagues, the gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. In the name of God Almighty, we welcome all of us here to the 14th edition of International Multi-Conference on ICT Applications, holding here today, Tuesday, the 30th day in the month of November, the year of the Lord 2021, at this main auditorium of African Center of Excellence, Oak Park, of Bafemi Awolowo University, Ife, Nigeria. Without wasting time, we appreciate your presence and timeliness, but permit me to obey the dictates of protocol as I'll be welcoming people to this side of the auditorium and introducing for recognition some other distinguished personalities. My name is Abiodun Olariwaju. I'll be the anchor person for this section of this program. Already seated is the chief host of this program, the engine room of this university for now, Professor AICTTRA, the Vice Chancellor. Well, let me say that the applause is for me. But if I start there and you want to get your very much sorry for that breaking transmission. Now we continue with our introduction and recognition. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very seasoned scholar, a professor of international standing, a guru in all ramifications, Professor Sheikh. Please, I don't like the way we clap. Of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Computer, yes, computer science, yes, thank you very much. And all over the world, apart from his real name, another name that rings bell is Akbarako, Professor Shola Aderomo. Come and sit here. I would like to call on Professor to please come forward to formally welcome all of us here. Please, can you remove this echo, please?
The chairperson, Professor Mrs. Omi Sogono, the Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Ogun Korede, the Dean, the Bossa, my Dean, Professor Keiko Adikaru, the Dean of my wife, Professor Faride, you're welcome. And I want to recognize my guys in the department, Professor E.A. Adagunwodo and Professor Aderomo. Also, we'd like to recognize Professor Vade Adeyanju. You're welcome. Thank you very much for coming. Distinguished participants from all walks of life, gentlemen of the press, it gives me great pleasure to extend to you all a very warm welcome to the 14th International Conference on Application of ICT to Teaching, Research and Administration, AICTTRA 2021, which happily being hosted at the African Center of Excellence in ICT, NOAU. It is indeed an honor for me to personally welcome the chairman of this occasion, an erudite professor of professors, an Amazon in our own right, a distinguished professor of psychology and gerontology, a former deputy vice chancellor academic of this great institution, the chairperson, governing council of the Federal University, Kebbi in Kebbi State, retired but not tired, definitely, Professor Fumi Chigonu. Permit me also to specially welcome our chief host, our indefatigable Vice Chancellor, Obafemi Awolowo University, Professor Eyitayo Ogunbode. Eyitope, sorry, Eyitope is there actually. Eyitope Ogunbode. He has, please, a wonderful round of applause, please. There are numerous activities that he needs. He's engaged in currently, but he has to spare the time to be here. We really appreciate the fact that he has marshaled and shepherded the affairs of this great institution diligently for the past 4.5 years. We want to welcome you, sir. Thank you very much. I would like to welcome the Dean, Faculty of Technology, Professor Kiru Adekalu, and other deans that are present. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst, we are still expecting actually, the Deputy Governor, a banker of repute and a great administrator, who before coming into politics has distinguished himself in the professional career in the financial sector. He is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. And I want to make welcome His Excellency Benedict Oluboyega Halabi, the Deputy Governor of Osun State. I also want to welcome, especially, Dr. Shegun Aino. You're welcome, sir. It's a great pleasure to have you in our midst. I also welcome all the participants that have come from far and near. The past couple of weeks have been interesting, engaging so many of you on phone calls, trying to find out how we are going to arrange your coming, your movements, and accommodation. I want to believe that you have been enjoying our hospitality these past few days, and I want to officially and formally welcome you to this occasion. The application of ICT in Teaching, Research and Application Conference was established in 2005 in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Obafemi Awolowo University in collaboration with the Carnegie Corporation of New York as a forum to bring together information and communication technology practitioners in academia, in the governance, and in the industry. This is to deliberate on pertinent issues relating to application of ICT to national development, initially with a focus on the education sector, but has morphed into looking into various areas of ICT as ICT continues to permeate all sectors of our society. I would like to state that AICTTRA has been hosted in collaboration with Kwara State University, Malete, Ilorin, with Oracle Nigeria and eTransat as our industry partner. In 2009, we had it at the University of Jos, and in 2011, we had it at the National War College in Abuja. This year, AICTTRA will feature some innovation as we consider issues relating to blockchain technology, banking the unbanked, big data and business intelligence, ICT and gender issues, ICT law and related issues. We have also multi-conferences on e-learning, ICT for development, big data and business analytics. So these are things that we have put together to make the AICTTRA program an event that you will continue to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, aside from the keynote speaker, we have put together a number of late speakers, starting with Mr. Femi Shadamoro, Mrs. Bumi Ajayi, Mr. Obi Emetoro, Dr. Femi Adelui, Mrs. Martha Alade, and Dr. Shukowali. In response to our call for papers, we had over 35 articles submitted. We subject these to a rigorous peer review mechanism, and we could only accommodate about 16, which made the final cut and have been slated for presentation during the technical session of the conference. Indeed, it is my hope that this conference will inspire new ideas and innovations around ways to enhance, enrich, and entrench the application of ICT in our nation for the empowerment of our people. This welcome will not be complete without mention of the huge support we have been given by our industrial partners. Please permit me to say a very big thank you to the African Center of Excellence in ICT. And the African Center of Excellence in ICT was able to sponsor some of our staff in the university. And we have representatives from the various units. Representative from the bursary, you are welcome. Can we see your hands? Okay, thank you very much. From the audit unit, okay. From the Faculty of Technology, Faculty of Agri. Yeah, I can see Dr. Mr. up there. If I didn't see anybody, I think I saw it. So we have various faculty represented and are supported by the African Center of Excellence, African Center of Excellence in ICT. We have a partner, the Warri Technologies Limited. They are downstairs exhibiting some of their products. We have partners of Abzone. We are yet to see them. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my team, the local organizing committee, I wish to say a hearty ekabo. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Nino Luanati. But I had expected that our applause for him would be as big as his stature. Thank you very much. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to call the Vice Chancellor of our great university, Professor AICTTRA Ukumudede. Much louder, please.
Well, thank you very much. The chair of this occasion, Professor Mrs. Fumi Bickerstead, she's been well introduced by Professor Oluwaroti. But let me also let us know that she's somebody that we revere, that we adore, that we respect, so much here at Obafemi Awolowo University. And that is because of our commitment to the growth and progress of this university. But people outside OAU, they have recognized our qualities and they have decided to start sharing our commitment with us. So, but I'm sure that we are not going to completely allow that. So that is why, for 4 good years, she was instrumental to lay a very good foundation for the Federal University Gusau. And when the government saw what she did there, they decided to give her another assignment. Also again, as the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council of the Federal University Benin Territory. So, but at the same time, we have not allowed her to give her full commitment to that place without, utilizing all her knowledge and experience. Also for us here at Obafemi Awolowo University, and she's done that effectively. So thank you very much for being there for us all the time. His Excellency Benedict Oluboyega Alabi, the Deputy Governor of the State of Osun, who is our keynote speaker, is a good friend of Obafemi Awolowo University, somebody who has contributed immensely to the progress of this university. And I keep saying this, that the government of the state of Osun has been very supportive of Obafemi Awolowo University. In fact, we are partnering in quite a number of ways. And the state government is also trying to establish a World Heritage Center here at Obafemi Awolowo University, something that is long overdue. And so we want to appreciate the kind gesture of the state government, ably led by His Excellency Alhaji Oyetola. And we also want to say that the presence of the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Benedict Olugbega, here today will further cement the relationship that we have with the government of the state of Osun. And of course, we have our boss here. I would like to recognize him. It's Mr. Samson Anoshino. So it's not easy to be the boss of Great Ife, because I keep telling people that Obafemi Awolowo University is a municipality on its own. You know, a place where you have virtually everything that you need. You know, in any community, you have it here at Obafemi Awolowo University. So we generate our own water. We have been making attempts to generate our own electricity. We have 2 secondary schools on campus, one private, one public. We have 2 primary schools on campus, one private, the other one public. So the only thing that we're waiting for now is a polytechnic. So that we will know that, and I keep telling people that if you are admitted to OAU for any program, you can stay on campus and not venture out of the gates of the university until you complete your program. Because you need the market, you will find it. If you want, whatever you want to. In fact, there was a time that people were even selling cars on campus. But we thought that was too much and we had to ensure that we put a ban on that one. So that is the kind of campus that we operate here. And it's not many campuses that will have full housing facilities for staff and students. So I'm saying that whatever we decide, whatever we do, I keep telling people, if you want Nigeria to make progress, if you have a vision of an ideal Nigeria, then whatever you have, you can always revive it from here. Because everything you need for a society, a complete society, so you have it here. And so there's nothing, if you have something for primary school, you have something for secondary schools, you have, an ideal for universities. Ife is a place where you can pilot it and where you can meet right successes. And so that's why when we have this sort of conference, it gives me joy, to see the number of people, that are actually here. Let me now move to the Dean of the Faculty of Technology. We appreciate you, we recognize you. And then I must also, especially, recognize Dr. Shekwai. So Dr. Shekwai has been introduced, but let me also tell you that Dr. Shekwai is the chair of the Odua Investment Company. And we know what Odua Investment Company means to this part of the country. So, and he's also the visionary of the Okolo Initiative. Some of you may not know, Okolo Initiative is an initiative that is trying to take quite a number of people out of the unemployment market, through innovation. And this is in line with what we are doing here today. So we thank you very much for being here. And it's not just that alone. We still have quite a number of people, on the leaders of the Okolo Initiative. So we want to appreciate him. And there are quite a number of places that you could go and that you could partner with, but he decided that he wants Obafemi Awolowo University to play a leading role in this initiative, and he has been pursuing it. He's a man The HOD of the Department of Computer Science of WPO, all the provosts and deans that are here present, all the lead speakers and presenters for AICTTRA, the members of the special session on ICT. I can see Professor Lada in the audience and other members. We recognize all of you. The AICTTRA Management Committee Board, I see Professor Elo Kende, Professor Adiromu, Professor Rutimi, Arabundo. So thank you very much for doing such an excellent job. The LOC, chaired by Professor Udwanati, all the members of the LOC, you are well recognized. Staff and students of the OAU, you are very much recognized. Great effect! So I keep saying this, that if we don't have our students, there won't be any university. So we recognize you especially. And I can also see quite a number of people that are here from all over the country. Our OAU International School, I can see the representation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. All other schools that are here, we recognize all of you. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Governing Council, Senate staff and students of Obafemi Awolowo University and the entire Department of Computer Science and Engineering and Faculty of Technology, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 14th International Multi-Conference on Applications of ICT to Teaching, Research and Administration, AICTTRA 2021. I have observed that in this year's conference, participants are drawn from academia, within and outside the country, industries, and even policy makers. This, I believe, demonstrates the necessary cluster that will enhance the uptake of research outputs, networking the researchers within industries and the funding agencies. I hope that the model so displayed by this spread of delegates here present will be adopted to entrench the gains of various papers slated for discussion in the technical sessions. When we look at the last page of the brochure, you'll find that there is a long list of reviewers, and that tells you the seriousness with which this conference has been planned. So, and when you see the list of reviewers, you see that they are not all just from Nigeria. You have reviewers from within and outside the country. So I believe that is the right way to go. The theme of this year's conference, Applications of ICT to Teaching, Research and Administration, is undoubtedly significant to many African nations, and in particular to Nigeria, at this time that ICT has a presence. And the impact needs to be extensively felt in teaching, research and administration. Thus, this 14th edition of AICTTRA 2021 is strategic towards eliciting and addressing various views from the pool of research ideas submitted by the various authors. Those papers have been peer reviewed and accepted for presentation. ICT application in every sector of the economy is undoubtedly a major catalyst in getting things done promptly and satisfactorily. The role ICT plays in teaching, research, and administration cannot be overemphasized. And I'm happy to inform this gathering that to this end, OAU has undertaken giant strides in providing an enabling environment, being the leading ICT university in West Africa. Let me say that when COVID-19 came unannounced, we were at a loss as to what to do. But we quickly rallied ourselves, and then training programs were organized for members of staff, and we had to go online. And you can't believe it that we were able to conclude and run our normal lectures, have our exams, and so many other things were done, to the extent that we were able, to harness even the COVID-19 pandemic, to better improve our delivery as a university. Now, this last year and this year, we conducted our post-UMB examinations online without the candidates editorial. So I dropped the idea and conducted our exam. Unfortunately, during that exam, two students were coming from Moro, and between Moro and that express, they had an accident, and the two of them died. And I couldn't sleep that night. So I was trying to see what can we do to ensure that this is unnecessary. So when COVID-19 came, then I had a hint that it's not possible to take, the exam with the finally sitting in their homes. So and I said, even though we have made arrangements for physical exam, I said, let us explore this possibility. And we did, and we found that it's possible to do it. And we adopted it, and we did it successfully last year. So this year there was quite argument as to where to go. And we have done it this year, and we have successfully conducted our exams. So the supervision is online using focus. And so that is the future. So the conference that we are having here can save a lot of lives. It can bring in a lot of fortune for this university. The advantage is enormous. But we just need to open our eyes and to be sure that we are getting old traditions. The fact that we've been doing something since the independence in 1960 doesn't mean that we should continue to do like that. Let us be quite open in our approach into our education, and then we can come up with something that will benefit all of us. So the way we have been doing it before, yes, it's okay. I mean, we are great, we are great, and we are great. But let us from this moment, letting some of these things in the back and look at it to spread mind, towards the future and see what we can do. And so with that, I'm very sure, that I can come up with very, very significant and let me say useful decisions from this conference. And I want to assure you that if you come up with key things that you want us to do at the university, not that to improve on our standard of delivery, not that to improve on our ability to tap into resources outside our living environment, I will be the first to implement that kind of decision. And I want to tell you that one other thing that we're doing in the university now is to ensure that each department in the university will bring in people who are friends of the university, alumni and other friends. So let them bring them into their departments, and they can lecture us pro bono. If you want to call the university, you can accommodate them. You can provide their transportation and everything. But most of them can deliver their lectures from anywhere in the world. The fact that you are in the US now, you are in the UK or England, you can deliver your lecture. You can even do demonstrations. People conduct remote services now. They are staying in the US and operating somebody in there. That's where the world is now. So we need to tap into all these resources. And so this conference will enable us to reach out to some people who are ready to support us here at the University, and we're very open to all of them. And that is why issues like the issues that are talking about, I think we want to ensure that we engage all the people that can use space for us. So I'm not giving a lecture, I'm just saying that this issue that we are discussing is so key, to the progress of the university in Nigeria. No university will for us. If we are not moving, where others are moving, then we will have ourselves today. Because we have all the resources, we know everything that we need. Let us invest and let us make progress. Again, I want to say also that the facilities that you can see around you are major evidence for the leadership of University in the area of capacity, the remember that our society, and the nation is not well, but keep divided is a moment of this. Now, the people start to have right people. So, and at the end of the day, so that was a move by the NUC, and that brought about the study, this capacity proposal. So, if that had not been done, the government would have been this. But that's who not the I was not to part of that. And today, I mean, I think here I would like to give you remember that all that never any enjoy of who were not afraid of our activities. And so people did this, you know, so our next speaker, you know, one time in attention, I'm sure it's the way. So it's so appreciated. That kind of something like him is very high experience to be living the you know the some of the university team of his what they are going down every day. Let me also say that I think the kind of present Saturday, I'm confident that we will find sessions work for providing valuable concepts and talking for stronger people collaboration. Let me assure you that this is work of
positivism. I'm talking of somebody whom the Lord has blessed to be in the affairs of this nation, managing the country from Osun State. Welcome to Oba Awon University, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of the State of Osun, His Excellency Benedict Oluboyega Alabi. You didn't hear what His Excellency said? Would you respect, sir? Great, great, Yes, before I go much further, let me allow Professor Ladi to finish before I do the introduction of his members of AICTTRA. Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you very much. Impact of ICT teaching. For daily experiences, the technology gets the attention that the teacher and learner need, and the correct use and working of the computer and related socio-cultural, ethical, and user important. ICT, for example, empowers the teacher more work to be completed in less time, and accurately too. It adds unique changes to the 21st century education by transforming the teaching and learning process. It increases learning gain for the students as learners creatively develop and apply strategy that suits their learning style. Learner gets smarter as they provide solutions to problems of how to succeed in learning and get ahead with the future plans. Students now prefer to learn in the virtual mode through e-learning and smart classroom. Learning beyond the four walls of the classroom is being taken over gradually by unlimited access to information. Collaboration with international experts and the opening up of the world to knowledge synchronously makes information sourcing and learning a lot easier. Application of ICT. We have moved from the analog to the digitized world. Registration of entrance examinations. Computer-based tests are taking over now. Registration for courses are done online. The distance learning has even expanded the advantages that you can have in learning. Classroom management is managed online. Human and material management is online. Teaching and learning and submission of assignments online. Online conferences and workshops. I feel as you are sitting down here, what is happening here is also being projected elsewhere to people who perhaps have linked up with what is happening here today. The question of adoption of ICT as an innovation in education. I ask the question of why youth attached to the Wonder communication gadget. Youth are attracted to mobile phones because it provides diverse educational potential, found useful for calls, instant response to matters of concern, eliminate barrier, useful for entertainment, and reading in PDF files are a lot easier. This is an added advantage. There's also easy access to numerous instructional materials that are useful for teaching and learning. And as Corbett put it, there is an ample opportunity for mobile blogging, recording and uploading video to YouTube, email, browsing the internet, and several others, etc. Arising from several efforts that most university systems have continued to make to ensure quality, lecturers are observed to key into the use of the IT tools for teaching. However, there are several reasons for the delay in active adoption of the technology. The theory acceptance model is focused at this point. I tried to eliminate the figure. Adoption of ICT as an innovation in education, the OU experience. The Vice Chancellor already reported this.
COVID-19 lockdown, the university administration requested the integral to computer science department to mount a workshop for all the lecturers, irrespective of their status, as a creative way of making sure that the academic session was completed. It wasn't by authority, not by coercion either. For many academics, it was an interesting and intensive coaching exercise, though tasking, but it was also productive. The trainings of the use of apps like Google Classroom, Zoom, suited the context and the environment of that period. Other institutions in the Southwest have also been floating training workshops to acquire the technology and skills of reaching out to their students through the use of other apps like the Facebook, Google Classroom, Google Meet, YouTube, and so on. Some of the universities in the Southwest still use the online approach to reach out to their numerous students for their academic engagement through the hybrid blended approach, and this seems to have taken over the strategy of teaching and learning, especially at the tertiary level of education. With the ICT education now serving as a springboard, it is indeed a catalyst. A brief summary of research conducted on the effect of the use of ICT in education was presented to this August body. In year 2018 investigated the influence of learner demographic characteristics on their learning outcomes in a blended learning classroom at the Obafemi University Limited. Results show that the only age and employment status has significant influence in academic achievement. Other variables like sex, marital status, course of study, and level of computer exposure had no significant effect on academic achievement. Engagement, interaction, or satisfaction, which were the dependent variables in the study of art. The implication of this finding is that the much feared digital divide by computer analysis is gradually becoming narrow, as demographic differences did not pose much threat to the achievement of predetermined learning outcomes. Hence, the study recommended that blended learning be encouraged. Instructional delivery mode, especially in large classes campus schools, undergraduate programs. Next slide. Amora and Obulad in 2018 investigated the utilization of instructional technology and observed that sound qualification of the instructor influenced academic performance of students. The authors, as a result, recommended IT centers in the technical colleges, where experts will train teachers and students in the state. Ojo Olugbade at the end of 2019 investigated student acceptance and attitude towards the use of instructional mobile technology package in 3 colleges of education in Osun State. A design package named IMPP served as a supporting tool for learning introduction to computer science course in the colleges of education. Student acceptance and attitude towards this package revealed that irrespective of the mode of the instructional material used, they valued the ease of use and usefulness of the package as a tool for learning. Most students expressed preference for the video mode of the package over both audio and text modes. Odefunjo in 2020 wrote a position paper on the integration of social media in secondary school teaching. The paper exposes the benefits and challenges of social networking sites. The paper concluded on the need for policy that will guide the usage and acquisition of technical skills for its effective development, use, and its integration in the school curriculum. Ugometo and Adeyebi 2020 studied the pattern of adoption of ICT in selected federal universities that run centers for distance learning in southwestern Nigeria. The perception of ease of use and adequacy of online instructional delivery modes that was investigated among the students indicated a moderate level of the ease of use and online delivery modes. These were accurate. The challenge that was found common was that of internet connectivity. The challenges: inequality of access to learning devices, unstable power supply, cost of data subscription, reluctance by some lecturers to use ICT, fast rate of obsolescence of ICT software, and I'd like to make my recommendation. As Nigerians been found the one of the target importance of mobile, the largest rather importance of the mobile sector. These phones can be used more actively as access for lecture presentation, such that the annual candidates that could not get admission into the higher education will receive the education through the device. Such education should be structured to hold up effects. Only few of the large number of eligible applicants get admitted to the 118 approved institutions of higher learning in Nigeria. The teeming youth of the nation seeking for education can get better education from the use of the various mobile phones they have. Such experiments should be tried on a very small scale initially and could be expanded as the realities of its use are established. The distance learning centers encourage flexible methods of instruction. Lectures can be streamed directly to the target audience. However, the rule stating that students should visit the education environment for contact and for written examination should be carefully engaged. Since 20% of qualified candidates can be admitted in all the Nigerian higher institutions of learning on an annual basis for a very long period of time, the 80% that are left with no admission should be carefully engaged online. The radio is the cheapest medium of instruction. The old Center for Education Technology in Kaduna should be revised and empowered to play a traditional role of designing lecture series that is geared towards the development of the mission. A number of universities have licensed to operate FM radio on their campuses. These gadget facilities are potent avenues for instructional broadcasting. Its maximum utilization will not only increase revenue generation, it will make technologies of instruction more active and acceptable to users. Summary: the paper has highlighted the concept of technology, education, and efficient technology, and information and communication technology, ICT. The assessment of ICT availability, utilization, and more, its acquisition by the users, and the commitment of the federal government of Nigeria to ensure that teachers are abreast of the modern technology development as implemented in the field research reports are indications of growth in the education and especially the ICT industry. The policies and strategies as well as the challenges of its integration and prosperity to continue to challenge the stakeholders. Thank you very much.
Yes, you can do much better for Professor Nani. Thank you very much. With the kind permission of the chairperson of this occasion and the vice chancellor, I would like to appreciate the presence of the following personalities that have graciously decided to be here to welcome you to Africa's most beautiful campus, the Deputy Governor of the State of Osun, who by the grace of God is an alumnus. I would like to appreciate and recognize the presence of the Deputy Party Chairman, APC of Osun State, my brother, my friend, my Anna, Honorable Tajudeen Lawal. Anna doesn't prostrate in suits, you know that. I have The chairman, Irewole Ikire Local Government, Honorable Remi Abbas. Then the chairman, Irewole Northeast Wasemi LCDA, Honorable Adeboye Okoyemi. Then for the chairman at Akumasa West Osu is here, Honorable Thomas Jabutu. I have Ife Central Local Government Chairman, my brother, Honorable Olayera Ilubaji. And one of the vibrant alumni of this university, a barrister at law, the chairman of Ife Central West LCD, Honorable Barrister PC Ulabeju. The chairman of Ife East Local Government is here, Honorable Safiriyu Kinwale. The chair, Ife Oye, Honorable Ganiyu Egbetunde, is also in the house. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have Chairman Ife East Central LCD Modakeke, Honorable Mujib Lawal. The Secretary Ife East Central LCD Modakeke is also here, Honorable Kotunwa Malala. Permit me to recognize Honorable Bawale Makinde, Councillor Remo Ward 2. And of course, the party chair, Ife Central Local Government, Comrade Oke Aramide. The Vice Chairman, Ife Central West, Honorable Adesina Chayo. The Vice Chairman, Ife East, Honorable BC Awowole. Secretary, Ife Central West LCDA, Honorable Tunji Owojori. And of course, Honorable Olagbaju Olabode, Councillor More Ward 7. Honorable Akewale Akintilebo, Councillor Ward 4. And Honorable Adewale Adedayo, Councillor Ilare 3. These and other personalities have been here much earlier to welcome His Excellency the Deputy Governor to Africa's most beautiful campus. Show me a leader, and I will show you his followers. Put your hands together for the Deputy Governor. With the kind permission of the chairman, and humbly request the patience of His Excellency the Deputy Governor to allow the representatives of the 200 commissioners and the cabinet of the state of Osun to make special contributions. Few minutes, please. I start with Assistant Director, Ministry of Education, Mr. Osunwusi. Osunwusi, please come forward.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, and all other protocols will be extended. We thank God for today and the wonders of ICT in education all over the world and in Osun State in particular. For the few minutes I have to talk to her, I would like to talk about the development of ICT in the education sector of Osun State. In the first place, I want to talk about the fact that during the last administration, there was introduction of a Okmomo, popularly known as Okmomo, tablets of knowledge, where subject content are uploaded, the various subject content are uploaded, including questions for practice for students and a lot of things that were useful for students and that are still useful for students in Osun State in all our secondary schools. The tablets of knowledge were distributed to all public secondary schools in Osun State, and it has greatly assisted our students in performing better. It has prepared them for external exams and CBT examinations. Also, in Osun State, in the education, Ministry of Education, for instance, there's a unit called Education Management Information System, EMS. This is really the database of all education matter. Every year, as coordinated by the federal government, Federal Ministry of Education, we usually conduct annual school census. Initially, it was done through distribution of funds, and the form captures a lot of things: the enrollment of students, the staff strength of the schools in Osun State, the furniture, the toilet facilities and other infrastructural facilities in the state, even the demographic statistics of students and teachers in the school, including age, their names and other information about them. But now, it's done online. We are no longer using paper-based annual school census in the states. And recently, in Osun State, the governor of Osun State has approved the establishment of Osun State Examinations Board. And this board has been conducting and administering public examinations. So we have a lot of examinations that are being conducted with the aid of ICT in the state. For instance, there's a basic certificate education examination, popularly known as BECE. It's been the registration and the storage of data and release of results is done with the aid. They are done with the aid of ICT. Also, we have a unified promotion examination for GS1 and 2 and SS1 and 2. These are conducted regularly every year. And also, we have other examinations that are being done with the aid of ICT in Osun State, like a placement examination into primary, GSS1 and SS1 across the state. During COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, the Osun State government embarked on school on here with the aid of radio and televisions, where we were able to reach all our students while they were locked down at home. And the teaching and learning continued during the lockdown. We appreciate the efforts of the Excellency Alhaji Ishaq Adigwe Wistola. I pray God will continue to help him the more. Also, of recent, in Osun State, there was the establishment of cloud school management with the help of, with support of a architect solution. And it has assisted us to do a lot of things in the education sector of Osun State. For instance, upgrading of 180 contents to assist in remote and e-learning among students. Creating of websites for all secondary schools, both private and public schools, for ease of access by the public. So as we speak now, all our public secondary schools, each of them has a website. We can visit the website and get to know much about these schools, the facilities we have on ground. And with his support, and another thing that this the school plan management has to do is that it has helped us to collect data easily with the aid of ICT. Once the school website is known, you can easily access it. Then there's administration and recruitment, administering recruitment exercise and other public examination in the state is done with the aid of ICT. Also, lastly, training of designated school-based ICT support staff in non-secondary schools in the state to ensure adequate use of ICT facilities provided for students as means of ICT development plan for schools. And again, last year, the Ministry of Education conducted training online through, by Zoom platform for all our teachers and school administrators. So a host of other activities have been done online with the aid of ICT in our education sector. We have development partners that are supplying some ICT materials that are talking about Universal Service Provider Fund, UNICEF, NITA, and a host of other development partners that assisted all the states in supplying ICT materials. Now we still have some other things that are being done in the state, even in the administration and general duties of the officers in the ministry. We use ICT to do our work. The report of activity have been done online. We can just sending it through mail, through WhatsApp platform, writing a memo, and other official directives have been done with the aid of ICT. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We move on to the next person that will address us, representing the Honorable Commissioner for Innovation, Science and Technology, Alhaji Jimo, Coordinating Director, Ministry of Information, Science and Technology. Please, 5 minutes. All I know is that you will not clap like that for His Excellency. I know.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, all the protocols duly observed. The Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology is the ICT Ministry of the state. And as an ICT Ministry of the state, in fact, we coordinate a lot of activities in all the ministries, departments, and agencies in the state of Osun. If you are able to visit our website is one of the first websites that was designed in the recent time. And the ministry has the opportunity at the initial time to work together with the Ministry of Education in ensuring that the examination being conducted at the level of Ministry of Education was posted online, because it was maybe at a stage being conducted manually using the OMR forms for registration. It was this ministry that was approached to create an online registration platform where nearly all students register, then we capture their data, and then at the same time use it to print the OMR answer sheet and so on, which they use during the examination. So it was this ministry that started the online registration, and you know what that one means. This ministry didn't stop at that. In the Ministry of Lands and Urban Development, all lands in the state has been sized into a kind of geographical information system where anybody who wants to acquire land through the government, they have the particular instrument to locate, give you the longitude, the latitude, and all other information. Even just tell them your land is at Imesile, they're able to locate it and give you the coordinates. It is the Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology that deploy the application on GIS to be used, for use, as it was a tag ALPIS, also Land Parcel Information System. Apart from that, recently in the state, there is a program called SIPMIS. SIPMIS run across all ministries, departments, and agencies, where all information regarding to financial management and information, are done seamlessly. Any account, department in the ministry can easily tap the system on a table, fetch information, pass it to the next higher officer, then higher officer to another higher officer for approval without leaving a stable. In fact, the ministry is also working towards ensuring that file processes in the MDAs are done through ICT. I also want to mention here that when COVID-19 started last year, the ministry did a lot. It was the ministry that organized the Zoom meeting for all the ESCO members They can be at the comfort of their homes. They've now joined the Zoom meeting with Mr. Governor. It was this ministry that made it possible at the state level. My deputy governor is here to bear me witness, sir, Your Excellency. Just to add more, there's a program that is currently going on, but it has started some few years back, but we are only trying to advance it, and that is the call center of the ministry for the state. This call center is to attend to emergencies, where whenever there is security lapses somewhere, or wherever there is kidnappings, you can easily call that code 293. If you call it now, they will pick the call, and it is toll free. It is this ministry that introduced such. And at the same time, we are taking it to a higher level. Into HEWAS, that is early warning and early response system, which will soon be launched by His Excellency Alhaji Adegboyega Oyetola for the use of all citizens in the state. So with these few items that I've just mentioned, it shows, or I'll be able to inform you, what the ICT stands with us in the state, and how we are able to use it, and how we are able to deploy it in the management of the state's machinery. I thank you all for listening.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. It has several other assignments. Is mentally and administratively saddled with the responsibility of assisting His Excellency the Governor of Osun State to administer the state. But he has decided to be here, temporarily abandoning other assignments, other equally pressing state assignments. And for anybody to have traveled, especially somebody like his status and standing, to abandon the costliness of his office and be here with us. And that shows how embarrassingly humble the deputy governor is. I've known him for quite some time, and I've found him 1,000 times inspiring. In fact, in all ramification, he's a role model. Your Excellency, with your respect, may I ask to please stand and come here, sir. Everybody please stand. As I call on Sheikh Mohamed Jr. to read the citation of His Excellency, very briefly. Your Excellency, with due respect, you remain standing, sir. Thank you, sir. You may be seated.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Benedict Oluboyega Alabi, a fellow of Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, with a deep-rooted background in development, economics of global perspectives, and incumbent Osun State Deputy Governor, was born over 5 decades ago in a sleepy town of Ikire in Irewole local government area of Osun State. He was born into a leading elitist family of Catholic faith, while his father, late John Oyeyemi Alabi, was adjudged as a leading light and phenomenal for being the first graduate from the ancient town of Ikire and one of the earliest nationalists that took the mantle of leadership from colonial administration in Nigeria's independence. His mother was a businesswoman of great influence and an Amazon. The Deputy Governor attended Holy Cross Catholic Primary School, Ikire, before proceeding to Baptist Grammar School, also in the ancient town of Ikire, and later moved to Lagos African Church Grammar School, Ifako, Agege. Imbued with a great passion and zeal for knowledge through qualitative education, Mr. Alabi thereafter gained admission into Ibadan Polytechnic to study banking in 1983. He went further to broaden his skills and acumen in banking and finance at the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye, Ogun State. With a bachelor's degree and later obtained a master's degree in economics with specialization in international development from the prestigious University of Lagos. He started his career in the financial sector, traversing various financial institutions and rose to his peak as the general manager of Sterling Bank PLC. Inspired by his satisfactory knowledge in the financial management and developmental concepts, Alabi set up his own company, Eliza Workplace Management Limited, a facility management firm, thereby nurtured a clear-cut vision, painstakingly to an award-winning entity with certification in compliance from International Standards Organization ISO, as well as the British Safety Council. The company presently has branches across many African countries. Mr. Alabi was the first African to be awarded Sustainability Facility Professional, SFP, certification by the International Facility Management Association, IFMA, Houston, in the United States of America. The Osun Deputy Governor, through decades of training and dedication to duty, holds the following certifications: Fellow of the Institute of Development Research and Leadership Technology, Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, Fellow of the Institute of Credits Administration, Associate of the Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals, Member of Environmental Society of Nigeria, International Facility Management Association, IFMA, USA, and Sustainability Facility Professionals. As a result of his patriotic inclination and proven ability, he has served on the Technical Committee for Federal Government of Nigeria on Development of Green Building Initiative, as well as Committee on Establishment of a Building Rating System. Based on his conviction and commitment to human emancipation through sustainable empowerment, Mr. Benedict Alabi founded the Osun Ajose Foundation, a non-profit organization that became the vehicle through which solace and various economic empowerments were delivered to the people. Coming into the political space of the state as a colossus, he contested for the gubernatorial ticket of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in the primary election of 2018, in which the incumbent governor, Adegboyega Oyetola, emerged the winner. The party, in its wisdom, eventually settled for him as running mate to Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, and later elected as deputy governor after the victory of APC at the polls. His Excellency, Benedict Olugboyega Alabi, is happily married with adorable children.
To God be all the glory. I recognize my governor, on whose permission I'm here. Today happens to be our legal year commencement date, and we have a lot of state activities. Go to church, go to mosque, parade of honor of our governor. What is said, because the students have called you, you have to honor them. Can we give them a praise? I represent my sister, the chairperson of today, Professor Fumi Togo. Thank you. Our chief host, the Vice Chancellor of Agri University, OAU, Professor Eyitope Ogunbodede. Thank you for your love for the students. Several times I've met you at meetings talking on how to improve the lot of the students, not only in campus, after life in the campus. That's why you have initiatives like bringing the driving school into the campus, talking about vocation, where you are still learning one course or the other, so that you can be useful to yourself, to be employable and be an employer of labor. Thank you for this good initiative. Local organizing chairman of this great occasion, Professor Adeniran Oluwaranti, thank for the pressure mounted on me that I should be here. You and Dr. Shegun Oluwaidon, the one that just read my citation now. I appreciate you both. Thanks so much. Guest speaker, Professor Lade Adeyanju, thanks for that insightful presentation. After his presentation, I don't know what I ought to say again. He has set it up for us. Thank you. The deputy chairman of our great party, APC, in the state of Osun, who also doubled as the commissioner for Home Affairs, and a son of the soil of Ife, Soko Tajudeen Lawal, my other commissioner for education, ably represented here by Mr. Adekunle Osun Musi. Thanks for that initiative. Talk about our government. Commissioner for Science, for Innovation, Science, Technology, we call it MIST, represented by Alhaji Brita Alajimo. Thank you for the good work you are doing in that ministry. I have many chairmen here, but permit me to go through them. It's protocol of government. If not, they can start saying that they won't follow government policy again. Chairman, Ife Central, Honorable Olayera Ilubaju. Chairman, Ife East, Honorable Safriyu Akewale. My own chairman for Rio Local Government, Honorable Aremi Abbas. I call him number one. Chairman of Ife Central West Local SCDA, Honorable Olubisi Oladosu. Chairman Ife Oye, Honorable Gadeyu Egbetunde. Chairman Ife East Central SCDA, that's Malakeke, Honorable Mojib Lawal. Chairman Ilewole SCDA, Honorable Okoyemi Adeboye. Alaga Oko here. Thank you for being here. Local organizing committee members of these great occasions, our great students, great Nigeria students, great Nigeria future. Thank you for finding time to be here, because some students will say, what are you talking about? Knowledge can never be wasted. It always comes to fall one time or the other in your life. So time for finding time to be part of this great occasion. Distinguished participants at these occasions, numerous to mention, distinguished personalities here present and not mentioned, you are all highly welcome to State of Osun. Security operatives, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I feel highly honored and delighted to be part of this great occasion of intellectuals in the field of modern fancy. That is information, communication, technology, ICT. My presentation is going to be in two folds. We're going to first x-ray the ICT applications for teaching, research, and administration. Then I want to also delve into what I term Osun and creativity in governance, the place of digital evolution. Some of them to say have been mentioned by the earlier speaker on the stage here, but we need to reiterate them so that we see how important it is to embrace ICT. The last speaker mentioned some challenges and recommendations that stakeholders have been challenged every day, and we need to embrace it. I think it's come to a point where you don't have to preach ICT to anybody any longer, because it's become part of life. And the more you know it, the better it will be for you. So I know we all agree that indeed the advent of this innovation has really recognized all spheres of human endeavor, including the major critical aspects of human life. Meanwhile, the adoption of information and communication technology, ICT, in teaching, research, and administration has become a phenomenon through different tools. These tools are mainly used on an individual basis on the logistical assessment of how various applications increase your effectiveness, efficiency in work, and provide ease in communication with your peers. Looking at the importance of education as the backbone of every nation, the application of ICT in modern teaching has changed the dynamics and strengthened the sector the more, with special focus on creation of high quality and skilled human resources to fulfill the necessity of growing global economy, with effective instruments for proper coordination and evaluation. In a critical time, ICT has changed the degree of functionalities of teaching and education globally, with the help of digital data, its storage, retrieval, manipulation, analysis, and transmission. Also, ICT has successfully enhanced accessibility to higher education, skill, and knowledge to work for the progress and welfare of human beings. For instance, a teacher can increase his domain of knowledge with the help of e-journals, e-magazines, and e-libraries that can be achieved only through the use of ICT. He can also participate in discussions and conferences with the experts of each subject to improve his knowledge and skill through audio and video conferencing. With the help of ICT, a teacher can learn modern methods of teaching. He can work with the students on various projects and assignments. It also helps in providing teaching contents, homeworks, and others. In addition to this, the use of PowerPoint presentation, as we saw the last presenter did for us, can help the student to understand complex processes and theories. With the use of information communication technology, researchers have tremendously improved on both qualitative and quantitative model researches, thereby increasing the quality of data generated as well as the spread of coverage. As online data collections and surveys have become very easy. Nowadays, when you ask students to do projects, you first go and Google the topic, have a lot of things completed for the start writing. It provides a lot of information. ICT also helps the analysis of data, studies of related literatures, and the publication of research works. The new normal of learning brought by COVID-19 evidence all I've said above, not like our professional said. Schools were closed, offices were closed, and we still need to relate. Salary will be paid, work needs to be done, how can we get that done? Instead of Osho, we didn't miss going to office. Talking about impact or application of ICT to administration in the face of globalization, liberalizations, and privatization, the governments, especially of the developing worlds, found themselves under the remarkable pressures of economic reforms. They sought to create social and economic system that could compete effectively in the globalizing world. There was also a continuous pressure for the citizenry for reinvention of governments. To this end, the traditional bureaucracy of hierarchy, authority, control, rigidity, rationality, and many other found itself challenged by these changes. It was this development that necessitated restructured administrative organization, re-engineered work processes, strategic management, decentralization, delegated authority and control, delegated decision making, shared and participatory vision among others, in which ICT emerged as major instrument in facilitating and enabling these changes. Also, the significant usefulness of ICT in the area of food security and fight against insurgents, banditry, and other violent crime can never be overemphasized. Recently, we have some state, Sokoto said, close all telephone, mobile, DSLs, so that people cannot communicate in order to get the banditry. And we know the result that gave to us. Shows how communication can be of great help in security. All over the world, ICT is helping government to perform through e-governance, which is the new roles of serving, steering, coordinating, reinventing, and realignment. The tools and application of ICT, as earlier mentioned, are the new modes of enabling multi-stakeholders participation in policy making. They have helped in achieving citizen engagement in policy deliberations and implementation processes. ICT has also given a new meaning and definition to administration. Administration has now become efficient, accountable, digital, is responsive, transparent, equitable, qualitative, participatory, team-supported, vision-based, paperless, and flexible. Committing crime will be called because of ICT. In the same vein, and in tandem with the theme of my presentation, as earlier mentioned, which is Oshun and creativity in governance, the place of digital evolution. It may interest you to know that our new governor, Mr. Gotola, is keen on efficiency and effectiveness in governance, which ultimately demand the application of ICT. Hence, the resolve and the section of arbitration to project e-governance. Since we have done, A, at the section of our administration, we came up with the development of Staff Portal, which is a cloud-based internet application for the purpose of entrenching sanity in the workforce and guide against any form of manipulation in the original figures of workers. We also developed a state-owned teleconferencing platform, specifically for conference meeting application among cabinet members, just as my director has earlier mentioned. We developed COVID-19 portal at the peak of the virus to monitor incidences and pattern of management. We created a database and rider smart card for commercial motorists, Okada riders, to have record of the operators and prevent criminal elements from infiltrating them. Follow the directive of the federal government to inaugurate judicial panel of inquiry on police brutality last year. We created a portal for the purpose of efficient collection of data. For the purpose of ensuring transparency and accuracy in the area of land allocation, we are perfectly embarked on digitization of Ministry of Land. They are not claimed by Mr. Governor. In addition to this, we have embarked on geotagging of various tourist centers across the state for those areas to be readily accessible to tourists through Google Maps, just to mention a few of areas of digital initiative our government have embarked upon to provide dynamic and proactive leadership through e-governance. In our bid to rapidly increase our internally generated revenue, we have technically reviewed the application software used by Osun Internal Revenue Services for improved revenue generation, as revenue can now be reflected on web, mobile applications, USSD, and other sources. So at the point of your phone, you can pay your tax and make payment in the state of Osun. You don't have to go to the bank. It is the recognition of this feat that our state was honored with an award as the best performing state in governance implementation by the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy due to our outstanding performance and the ICT competition organized by the ministry in Owerri, Imo State in 2020. All in all, the application of ICT to teaching, research, and administration have immensely revolutionized all segments of human life and made the global community more coordinated and open. Thanks so much for listening.
Well, I think we can do much better for His Excellency. With the kind permission of the chairperson and His Excellency's gracious patience, within the next 20 minutes we are finishing this section so that we allow His Excellency to go back to Oshogo. The organizers of this program say they have presentation in form of plaques. Now please, can we have them here? May I humbly invite Professor Rotimi Adagbodo to please come forward here. Venerable Professor Rotimi Adagbodo. Sir, here. Now please bring it down. Thank you. Well, I will hand over the microphone to Professor Venerable Rotimi Adagbodo to be calling on the owners of these plaques and their representatives.
This first award is to our first lead presenter, Professor Ladia Adeyanju. Please come forward. For that wonderful presentation that Professor Ladia Adeyanju made, I'm sure we can appreciate him better. At this time. behalf of our Vice Chancellor and also the organizers of this conference, and in recognition of your sterling contribution as the lead speaker at AICTTRA 2021, holding in this auditorium this day, I want to present to you this plaque in recognition of your contribution. Thank you very much. Our next speaker is the Honorable Commissioner for Innovation, Science and Technology of the State of Osun, ably represented again on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, the Chief Host of this conference, and the organizers of this conference, we present to you this plaque in recognition of your sterling contribution as a guest speaker at AICTTRA 2021, holding this day, November 30th, year 2021. Thank you very much. And the next award goes to Honorable Commissioner for Education, the State of Osun, ably represented too. And on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, the Chief Host of this conference, and the organizers of the conference, and in recognition of your sterling contribution as a guest speaker at AICTTRA 2021, holding today, November 30th, year 2021, we present you with this plaque. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. May I invite the Okolo people? Please come forward. They have a presentation for the university.
May I humbly ask for the presence of the chairman of Okolo Global Innovation Limited. May I humbly ask for the presence of the Vice Chancellor of the University, sir.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Global Innovation, the Advisory Board, the management and staff, we want to just give this plaque, which signifies the partnership between Okolo, the work of the University, ably led by the indefatigable Professor AICTTRA, who are so passionate about innovation, so passionate about development. That's why we are encouraged, we want to pool all our resources, working with our partners across the world to set up innovation and acceleration programs within the university campus for the benefit of students, for the benefit of lecturers, and for the benefit of the people within the IFE community and environment. And we are looking for the next 2 to 3 years to see great innovation solutions coming out of this campus, developed by within the campus, unique solutions
to solve our peculiar challenges in our society. So we appreciate you, VC, and we promise that we are starting operation in the hub. The hub is just a place. Everything will not be taking place in that hub. So many things will be done virtually, but the hub is just to signify that it's here. We are going to do the formal inauguration sometimes in February, and it's going to be great. A lot of great bad students who are CEOs of organizations, banking, in sectors, have confirmed that they will be here and they will be ready to continue the kind of things that the VC has said, bringing in this distinguished old student of OAU to be lecturers or fellows and be teaching some of the things that will help them and inspire them to do it. So that VC and all the members of staff of the university and students. Thank you very much.
Well, Your Excellency, the chair of this occasion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is one moment that is so important and so crucial to our vision as a university. We do not want to produce graduates that will not be able to employ themselves, not to talk of employing others. And we know that the resources are there, but we just need to harness all these resources. And we are standing right now at the Center of Excellence for Software Development, the African Center of Excellence. So, but we cannot do it alone. We need to work with other organizations. And so that's why we're very happy that Opolo initiative is actually very eager to work with the university. There's already a hub here on campus, so, and we want to do more. So we are very ready to partner with the Opolo initiative. We're also working with some other groups, and all these groups are going to come together to ensure that we reduce the unemployment rates, not only in Osun State, not only in Nigeria, but globally. And I believe that with this kind of a drive, with this kind of passion, we definitely will achieve our objective. So I thank you very much, and I thank the Opolo group for all the sacrifice, and I want to assure you that we are committed to this, and we will ensure that we are successful all the way. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Please, all others can go and sit down. Let His Excellency, the chairperson, Dr. Aina, please just take this photograph again. Mommy, Emma Lobe. Thank you very much. Now, please, may I humbly ask His Excellency to please stay. May I also humbly invite the chairperson to please wait as well. We're doing this presentation for His Excellency the Deputy Governor of the State of Osun. And to do the presentation is your humble servant.
Well, on behalf of the University of Akemi Awolowo University, your old school, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, who is physically here to attest to the fact that he asked me to do this, and on behalf of all of you who have shown a passion for what the Deputy Governor has expressed passion for, I present to you this plaque to honor you, to celebrate you. Thank you very much.
Please, there is a round of applause for His Excellency. Now please will be seated. I wasn't, and I'm not going to patronize His Excellency the Deputy Governor. He did something about 5 minutes ago that stood him to be exceptionally spectacular and administratively unique. Somebody who is well managed and traditionally well cultured. I said His Excellency and the chairperson should please join the Vice Chancellor on stage here. His Excellency not minding his position of authority as the #2 indigene of the state of Osun, drew the chair of the chairperson and asked Mama to go forward. Some of us, we are no more than this and will be hesitating on due arrogance. Your Excellency, Osun State is blessed to have you as a deputy. Thank you very much, sir. Your conduct, your behavior, your mannerism. Well, you said you graduated from University of Lagos, but you are Ife. Great Ife! You see, whoever sits here with the Vice Chancellor is a product of Obafemi University. Mr. Vice Chancellor, over to you, sir.
Well, I know we've been here for quite some time, but I think it's just important that we appreciate His Excellency, the Governor of the State of Osun. On behalf of the Council, Senate, Management, Staff and students of Obafemi Awolowo University, we want to appreciate you, Your Excellency. We also want to thank you for what you have been contributing to this university. For those who may not know, he has been supporting this university in various ways. In fact, it's not only in the area of ICT, we also have been working on an agric project for the university, and I know the role that he has played, referring people here, introducing so many people to the university. In fact, he's been thinking about that project even almost more than some of us, who are actually here. So we want to thank you for all these initiatives, and we are very grateful. I also want to appreciate, I've given a speech before you came, but I just think it's important for me to express it while you are all here. So the commissioners who are here and those who are actually represented, thank you very much. I won't mention the names because of time, but let me just underline the fact that we appreciate your presence here. And then our local government chairman who had kept everything at bay for the whole of today, just to be here to honor us at Obafemi Awolowo University. We are indeed very, very grateful. So, and then we also have our councillors, that are here, present. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And let me say this, that on occasions, even as a university, we have had to go to the local government to get some tractors, bulldozers and everything, and at no cost, helping us in this university. I don't want to mention, but you know that you have been assisting us, and we are very, very grateful. We want the kind of mutual kind of benefit. We are the university, we assist the local, and the local government will also assist the university. So your presence here today underlines the fact that we need to continue to work together, in unity. And then the security attaches, we recognize you. We thank all of you, the pressmen that are here, and all members of the entourage of His Excellency. Thank you very much. I see that we have deputy or vice chairman, that are here. Madam, thank you very much. So we really appreciate your presence here. We are indeed very grateful to the Deputy Governor and the entire government of His Excellency Alhaji Boyega Oyetola, that has been very supportive of all, to us as a university, and has been a veritable partner in progress. And we want to enjoin the His Excellency Deputy Governor to kindly extend our appreciation to the Executive Governor of the State of Osun, and to let him know that we appreciate his kind gestures. And he was here a few weeks ago to bless us in this university with Baba Konde, Emeritus Professor Aino, and others. We are not, in fact, for the whole of that day, the seat of government was here, in this university. We are not taking those things for granted. We are indeed very grateful. We appreciate you, and we want you to continue to come again. The PRO mentioned the issue of the University of Lagos. So whether it's Lagos or whether it's Ife, we believe that Lagos is an extension of Obafemi. Your Excellency, sir, I'm saying this because the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos is a proud product of OAU. First degree OAU, second degree OAU, PhD OAU. So Your Excellency, I have every right to say what I'm saying now because I also have a degree from the University of Lagos. But I want to say that His Excellency is true, part and one of us here at Obafemi Awolowo University. And his contributions far outweighs what anybody with 10 degrees from OAU would have done. So that is very, very clear to all of us. And in fact, his friendship with all of us here, at Obafemi Awolowo University is without any rival. So we're very grateful, Your Excellency. We thank you very much, and we want you to continue to be with us. It's just unfortunate, that you have to go back to Osogbo because we have some other programs tomorrow, which we would have asked you to wait behind. So we enjoyed your stay here today, and that lecture, let me just say this, smooth, methodical, and straight to the point. We appreciate all your contributions. We are grateful, sir.
Well, thank you very much, the Vice Chancellor. We had initially scheduled somebody to give a vote of thanks, but the Vice Chancellor at the head of the university have done that. Gracious. Okay. Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, the person that I will call to come and do that is a well-known person to you, sir. And Agbarapo, Professor Shamade. He has the stature of David, but the mightiness of Goliath. Professor Shola Adiromu Agbarapo. Even the Vice Chancellor will call him Agbarapo. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of State of Osun, Benedict Oluboyega Alabi. Well, my Vice Chancellor already thanked you. And I don't think I have the power again to thank you, but I still want to thank you, sir. With the permission of the approval of the Vice Chancellor, sir. I still want to thank you, sir, for taking your time out of Osogbo to be here this morning. We are really grateful, sir. And we pray that God will continue to give you more power to move the state of Osun to the next level. Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation. We really enjoy it. And I believe that we have a lot of researchers here. We tap into a lot of things that you've mentioned. And we are going to deploy some of our students to also work in that area
so that OAU can continue to collaborate with the state of Osun. Once again, I want to thank you for coming. Thank you, sir. The chairman of the occasion today is I would say, well, my mommy. And I want to congratulate you, ma'am. Because when she gave a speech this morning, or this afternoon, she mentioned some few things. Now we are in the ICT park. She is one of those that contributed to the success of the proposal that we developed during that period for us to get that grant. We want to really appreciate you, ma'am. In fact, I'm happy to be here today because of, number one, the Vice Chancellor is here, and the former Deputy Vice Chancellor is also here. And we worked tirelessly during that period to ensure that we have the grant. So we want to appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you so much for what you are doing. And anytime we call you, I know that you are going to be responding to our call. I want to thank you, ma'am, again for that wonderful job done. I will especially thank my Vice Chancellor. But let me first of all thank Dr. Aino. We've been speaking since 2001, but we've not seen physically. This will be the first time today I think I'm seeing him. Yeah, we've been talking on a lot of innovative projects since 2001 when the Federal Garden project started. And I'm happy that his passion has turned the youth of nowadays into another thing entirely. Creating more employment, creating more innovations. In fact, I want to inform you that we called him yesterday to be part of this program today. And he responded. We want to appreciate you, sir. We want to appreciate you, sir, for that. And I'm sure that the university is already putting a lot of things in place to ensure that your project is going to be successful. I trust my Vice Chancellor, and he's going to do it. Thank you so much. To my Vice Chancellor, every time I continue to thank him, and I will still continue to thank him until even when he leave office, after office, I will still continue to thank him because he has contributed greatly to the development of ICT in this university since 1995, when we deployed the internet access on campus. You cannot believe it, he was one of those members of the team that climbed the computer building there to ensure that the business service is working. As a professor, he climbed up, he removed his tie and climbed up that building. That was 1995, to make sure that we have this thing working on campus. And also this guy we talked about, he was one that even reviewed the proposal. Very passionate about this system. And because of that contribution to development of IT in Nigeria, he was awarded the Fellow of the Nigerian Computer Society. So he has Fellow of the Nigerian Computer Society, so FNCS. But he doesn't normally use that, but I'm putting that. Yes, sir. So PRO, anytime you introduce my Vice Chancellor, you must put that FNCS. As your lordship praises. Okay, thank you, sir. So I want to thank you, sir, for the support. In fact, the program we are doing today started in 2005 through the Carnegie project. He was one of the members of that team that ensured that we got that grant in 2003 down to 2012 for like 9 years. So he has been a very committed and passionate Vice Chancellor, especially in the area of ICT. In fact, by the time he completes his tenure as the Vice Chancellor, the faculty is already planning to give him an office within the Faculty of Technology. So he's going to be an associate member of the Faculty of Technology. Thank you, sir, for your support. And to this AC project that you are seeing today, management must be committed to any project on campus. I want to say the result you are seeing today is as a result of his commitment and the admission to the development of IT on campus. Sir, I want to thank you, sir, for that wonderful contribution. And then to the Deputy Chair, APC, I want to thank you, sir. I know it's not easy for us to keep politicians for a long time here, but I'm happy that you are not even in a rush to go. So I want to really appreciate you, sir, for making this event a memorable one. And all the chairmen of local government, I don't want to repeat His Excellency address again. I want to thank all the chairmen of local government that are here today, councillors, and other members of the entourage of the executive governor of Osun State. I want to really thank you so much for taking your time to come here. The same way to the honorary commissioners, the guest speakers, all our other guest speakers. We want to really thank you for coming. And I want to say that this is one of the best opening ceremony since we started this conference in 2005. You know, we all agree with the LOC, we agree with you. This is one of the best, I can say is the best of the opening ceremony since 2005. So I want to appreciate you for coming. And also let me appreciate all the participants from within campus and outside campus. Without you, we cannot do anything here. We want to thank you for coming. Let me also recognize and also thank all the deans of the faculty present here today. My dean just left, the dean of technology. The dean of science is here. The dean of agriculture is here. Mr. Bachalo, sir. I just want to provide more information today that you don't know about the dean of agriculture. When we started that proposal writing, I think in 2010-11, he was in my house more than 4 times, putting pressure on me to write something. And I told him, I'm not writing anything. He came to my house for more than 4 times, putting pressure. He's in agriculture, I'm in ICT. But he was just putting pressure on me. But eventually I agreed to his pressure, and then we put something together. He came to you, and then from there, we took it up and becomes the foundation for most of the activities we are seeing here today. So I want to really appreciate you. So I just want to use that opportunity to let the Vice Chancellor know that you also contributed to what we are doing here. Thank you, sir, for... And to our students, I want to really appreciate all of you for making it a day. And lastly, let me thank the LOC, the local organizing committee, chaired by Professor Oluwamoti, and then the other members of the team. I want to really appreciate the good leadership we provided to ensure that we achieve what we are achieving today. And finally, let me also recognize and thank my professor, Professor Iyaradagodo. He has been providing a very good leadership in the department. He trained me and I trained others. So we are happy that you are doing it very well. Thank you so much, and I wish all our participants safe trip back to your destinations by the time you go. Once again, I want to thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I was about saying that somebody was called yesterday and graciously honored the invitation to be here today. And the person is Dr. Shekwaina. Thank God that Professor Sholadiro Mabarako mentioned it. Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, I'll give the microphone to the chairperson for the closing remarks. And after that, we'll sing Great Anthem, Osun Anthem, and the National Anthem. Thank you very much. That's it.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of our dear state, Osun State, or State of Osun, sorry, my brother, amiable, hardworking, diligent, committed Vice Chancellor, Professor Itope Ogunbodede, all the presenters here present, the government officials, local government chairmen, and others who are present here. You have been thanked already for one statement that AICTTRA made, which I think we should take home, that since they've been organizing opening ceremony, this has been the best. It's the best because of the nature of the conversations we've had there this afternoon. It's been open, it's been frank, it's been very useful. We all know that ICT is the future, is now and the future. And we've examined how it's already affecting our teaching, our research, and our community services. We are also told that even beyond the university, it's affecting the entire universe. We all know about the new normal, about the way we do things, that ICT will be the thing for the future. So we thank the organizers of this conference very much for giving us this opportunity to reflect upon this very important development amidst us. I will not waste your time to thank everybody again. I think we have had a lot of thanking. What I'd like to say is that what we have learned here, what we have reflected upon here, should not end here. I hope that the conference, before it finishes, will go ahead with a work plan to see how some of these ideas can be implemented, and particularly the partnership between the university and the state should be enhanced, because you can see that the state is exceedingly passionate about the same thing that the university is passionate about, so we need to work together. And on that note, I say thank you everybody for making me your temporary chairperson. Thank you.
Shall we please stand for the anthems? Great Ife first. Are you playing? Great Ife, Great Ife, Great Ife, how we the most beautiful land, one conscious, vigilant, progressive, a good tidings of oppression, forward ever, backward never, for learning and culture, sports and struggle, great effect, I love you, there's only one great effect in the universe, another great effect is a counterfeit, great, 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 great effect. We'll take the second stanza of the national anthem, the national prayer. O God of creation, director noble cause. O God of creation, blessing the Lord. Director noble cause, guide our leaders right, ever use the truth to know, in love and honesty to both, and live in trust and truth. Lift up the heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice are. Osun anthem, then the first stanza of the national anthem. Osun anthem. Iṣẹ́ wa fún lẹ́wà, fún ilẹ̀ ìbí wa, kàgbéga fàyè rí, ìgbàgbọ́ wà ní pé bá ṣe bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan òmìnira ní kẹ̀kẹ́ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú ọkọ̀ ire àtúntò dára, ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Oya play to play again. Let's go. Nigeria's gonna be to Sama. peace and unity. Now please we remain standing as His Excellency will lead other members of the air table out of here. Then after that we can begin. Okay, please, Your Excellency and other members will take good photograph outside, sir. Thank you, sir. Please. At the steps there. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. God bless.
I'm sorry for the presenters, those who have articles to present for yesterday and today. Please see me so that we can schedule it. We have lunch break now, and our participants will go to the cafeteria for lunch. Thank you. The students gather where we gathered yesterday. I'm still going to address you. I don't think I want to give you anything today. So, but gather. Please.